Deep in the heart of the glowing forest, a strange energy stirred. The air shimmered, carrying a soft hum that only a few could hear. Nick sat at the center of the golden web, his small body barely making a ripple in the delicate strands. The web pulsed beneath his paws, alive with something unseen. He had always known it was special, but tonight it felt different. Something was about to change. Not far away, Lyra blinked awake, stretching her delicate wings as the golden glow of the forest surrounded her. She felt it too, that shift in the air, the quiet call of something waiting beyond the trees. She had never traveled far from her home, but now her heart told her to move. Deep in the forest, Orin cradled a glowing orb of energy in his paws. It was warm, pulsing with a steady rhythm, as if it had a heartbeat of its own. As he stared into its light, he saw glimpses of something, a path, a web, and creatures like himself drawn toward it. His fur tingled. He didn't understand what it meant, but he knew he couldn't keep it to himself. Sorin stood beneath the towering trees, holding the golden energy in his paws. Unlike Orin, he didn't hesitate. The power filled him, running through his veins like liquid light. He had spent his life searching for purpose, and now he could feel it calling him forward. At the edge of the forest, Vala perched on a mossy stone, staring into the golden web stretched between the trees. The threads hummed softly, vibrating with something she couldn't quite hear. She reached out, brushing her paw against one of the glowing strands, and a vision flashed in her mind. A path winding through the trees, footprints leading to something unknown. Eos followed those glowing threads, his paws barely making a sound as he moved closer. He had always been a seeker of knowledge, but the web showed him more than he was ready for. Shadows and light flickered within the strands, showing glimpses of the past and the future. His heart pounded. Was this really meant for him? In a clearing bathed in golden light, Nova sat quietly, letting the warmth sink into her fur. She had always been drawn to the light, to the balance between what was seen and what was hidden. Now, she felt the shift too. The forest was waking up, and she was part of it. Nearby, Cassian crouched low, his paws brushing against something smooth beneath the earth. He dug carefully, revealing a crystal that pulsed with golden energy. As he lifted it, symbols flickered across its surface, whispering secrets only he could hear. The moment he touched it, a staircase appeared before him, ancient and glowing, stretching up toward the sky. Zephyr hesitated at the base of the golden stairway, staring up at the unknown. He had always been fearless, but something about this path made him pause. The air crackled with energy, and as he placed a paw on the first step, he felt the weight of a choice he didn't yet understand. Above them all, Celine stood beneath the hanging glow drops, her wings twitching as she watched the soft blue lights sway gently in the air. She had always existed between worlds, never quite belonging to one or the other. She reached out, letting a single glowing drop touch her paw. As it did, the energy of the forest surged, spreading outward in golden waves. A deep, resonant hoot echoed through the treetops. The owl of time lifted its head, golden eyes flickering open. It had been watching, waiting for this moment. The web had been disturbed, the balance shifting. Now the owl knew. It was time. With a single, mighty beat of its wings, the owl took flight, sending golden embers trailing behind it. The air shimmered as it passed, the very threads of fate twisting with its movement. The journey had begun. At the river's edge, Riven stared into the water, watching the reflection ripple. But it wasn't his own face looking back. A figure stood in the water's glow, wings spread wide, eyes filled with knowledge. He didn't understand what it meant, only that he was part of something far greater than himself. And at the heart of it all, the winged heartstone began to rise. Its golden wings fluttered, radiating warmth and light. Eris stood below, watching in awe. The forest pulsed with magic, the unseen threads of destiny weaving a new path. The web had called them here. Now, it was up to them to decide what came next.